Hello, my dear creative people. I'm Karina, and I'm going to teach you how to make your first YouTube video. I'm going to make it very simple as I will share 10 easy steps to follow. This video is part of the YouTube 101 playlist, so make sure you check out other topics if you're passionate and interested in creating videos. Step 1. Create a video plan. Imagine that your video is a delicious meal and that your plan is the recipe. If you miss any of the ingredients, the ultimate meal may not be as delicious as you want it to be. The same thing can happen with your video. Without the plan, so many things can go wrong, and if they do, you may be disappointed, you wasted your time, and you may give up too early. You need to have a plan for the content, and plan how you're going to present that content in your video, so it tells the story in an attractive, dynamic, and informative or entertaining way. You also need to have equipment to film and edit, and you need to be willing to improvise and learn along the way. So, let's start with the content plan before we get into the technical stuff. Step 2. Create a content structure, script, or storyboard. You need to focus on the content of the video and outline the most important points you wish to make of value for your viewers. And here are steps how you can do that. Most likely you are all familiar with the story arc and you can apply the same principles to video creation. I recommend that you start the video with the hook. Ask a question or present a problem. Then introduce yourself, and then your core of the video is to explore the challenges and present solutions to finally end with a call to action. For a YouTuber, the classical ones are press like, subscribe, and share the video. Yes, if you're indeed liking this video, do this for me as a sign of appreciation for this video. I prepared for you so your first video and every other that follows you brings you success. The next step is to prepare yourself to be in front of the camera. You need to be positive and confident. Don't film on the day when you are not feeling good. Don't force it, because the camera can sense everything. On the contrary, if you are positive and excited to get in front of the camera and passionate to tell your story, the camera will love you. For some people, confidence in front of the camera is naturally there, but if you are not one of those lucky ones, my advice is to be prepared. Practice a lot and look your best. Wear your favorite outfit. Change your hairstyle, put some blush or lipstick on, as long as it will make you feel good. Do whatever makes you feel good about yourself and practice several times before you hit record, or record every take and analyze what in the next one can be better. By the way, if you need more tips on how to be confident in front of the camera, subscribe, because this is another video I am preparing for you in this YouTube 101 series. Step 4. Set up your filming equipment. Make sure that your camera is charged and that you have enough memory for all the shots you are going to take. And don't underestimate the time that it will take you to make your first video. If you're using your iPhone and you're holding the camera in your hand, the result can be a bit shaky. But there is also another problem. You want to show your personality. And if you can't move your hands and gesticulate freely your messages, your personality may not come across as a full, powerful package. So try and be hands-free whenever possible and look for props to hold your camera. An easy natural one is placing the phone on the windowsill with a bonus of natural light so that the camera is looking at me while I'm looking at the light source. You can position your camera on the tripod if you own it, but if you don't, you can just put your camera on top of stacked books so the camera looks at you from the height of your eyes. It is important that you frame your shot correctly. Usually, the best is if you're in the center, but if you want to add some text on the shot on the other side, you should change your frame so you're positioned a bit more on the side. So in the editing, you can add whatever you wish on the other side of the frame. You see, this is where planning really comes handy. If you have a plan that reminds you what is important to say and what is important to show now or later in the editing, you will know how to proceed. Step 5. Choose the best filming location. So now that you have the equipment ready, let's look for the best place to film your first video. You will need to look for a space with a lot of natural light and space that is clutter-free and pleasing to the eyes. One word I like to call it is aesthetic. Also, it would make perfect sense to be in the background that is somehow related to what you are saying. If you want to do videos in your room, just make sure to clean it up a bit, or a lot, so there are no distracting items. And you stay safe by not disclosing anything that may show your full name. And the sixth step is finally facing the camera and starting what you might have been wanting to but postponing for a long time. Well, fear no more. You have put yourself out there to get out of your comfort zone and start making videos. But if you follow the previous steps, this will be easy peasy because you know exactly how to structure your video and what you need to say. Here are several ways how you can do it. You can sit down and actually talk to the camera as I'm talking now, or you can talk but add some points. You can also film some extra shots called B-roll, especially if you are demonstrating something. You can also compose your video entirely of these extra shots and just record a voiceover. It only takes a few more minutes to take a few extra shots that you can use to make your videos more dynamic and more interesting to watch. When you face the camera, don't look at the viewfinder, as I am now. Just look at the camera and speak clearly and loudly. Avoid, actually, and any other words that are not necessary. And don't forget to test the audio. Number 7, testing and recording. Okay, we're almost there, and now that you know all the basics, you are ready to start filming. But there's one more critical thing, and that is testing. Click record to do a test. Run for a few minutes and check the video. Are you positioned correctly in the frame? Should you comb your hair? How is your speech? Is it too fast? Too slow? Can you hear yourself well? Do you have good energy? Then look into the video quality. Is the lighting okay? Are you looking into the camera or yourself? Can you hear your voice? Did anything else sneak in? Once you confirm that all of this is okay, get excited for your first video. So guys, so far in the video, you've learned how to make your first video by yourself. But what if you have to work with others and meeting physically is not an option right now due to COVID-19? Here are some tips to help you with that. Meet over Google Hangouts or Zoom and brainstorm about your video idea. Develop your script, choose the video treatment, and decide if the video will be featuring all of you, just two, or one of you. Will you also be adding some cool graphics and photos? Or maybe you will add interesting demonstrations with the voiceover. It can also be a combination of everything. It is all up to you and your creativity. Just make sure it fits with your pitch or theme. If you want to show everyone on the screen at the same time in gallery or collage mode, there are several apps and softwares out there that can help you. For example, you have Capwing, Movavi, and Filmora. In any case, it is important to clearly define the rules because there is a lot of work to be done. I recommend that everyone is included into script writing. It would be nice if each person can film one part of the video and that all clips are ultimately glued together. But don't force anyone to be in front of the camera if they are not ready. The most confident ones could speak while others can have different roles. One person can take the role of director who will instruct everyone how to film. For example, advise to film in front of the white background to use close-ups or medium shots, and similar. And finally, we need an editor who will put all the clips together. Yes, this is definitely more challenging, but definitely not impossible, especially if you have a great team in place. Number 8, editing. Once you've finished filming everything for your video, then it's time to edit your footage. Here, I'm going to share some basic tips, but subscribe if you wish to see another video with more advanced editing tips and tricks. There are plenty of free and paid softwares out there, but my favorite free one is iMovie. Briefly, in the editing, the first task is to choose your best takes. Out any mistakes or pauses. After that, you can add extra footage called B-roll that I mentioned earlier, or insert some photos or text graphics so the video is more dynamic and it is not just all about you talking. Finally, you can add some music to spice it up because music is great to emphasize your messages and wake up the emotions. Of course, you can't use copyrighted music, but that is a topic for another video, as this one is already getting too long. Once the video is edited and ready for posting, you need to do something smart. Before you post it, ask for final feedback and permissions from your parents or guardians. if you haven't involved them in the production from the early start. It is crucial to have them by your side, as they will tell you honestly whether your video is ready for prime time or what things should be improved before you share it with the world. Finally, I don't want you to be disappointed if upon posting your video you don't get all the praises or if you don't get a lot of views. Consider this as a learning process and know that the second video will always be better than the first one. And with more practice, you will become better and better. This pretty much covers the basics you need to have in order to make your first YouTube video. If you appreciate my tips I shared to help you with your first video, please click like and subscribe for more videos like this. You can also ask me questions or send me an email and I will respond it in my next video. Good luck, don't give up, and keep learning and creating amazing videos. If you need any tips, I'm here for you to help you by sharing lessons I learned along the way. I would also love to hear your stories, so please share it in the comments if they're not disabled, or send me an email. Bye! We're done?